Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Bearable Bull here. And I got this aggressively average content for you today. As guys, this is going to be one of the most powerful videos I've ever made. First of all, I'm going to start with this. Cardano's Charles Hoskinson wants to make peace with the XRP army. And yesterday, I was blessed enough to get on a Twitter Spaces with him and ask Charles Hoskinson a few questions about XRP to clear the air. I believe Charles Hoskinson is beginning to see the writing on the wall. I believe that he is beginning to see the corruption, and while not fully convinced about ETH, I think once the Hinman emails come out, he's going to have a revelation. Something I'll say as well is, I do have the Twitter Spaces where I talk to Charles, and I will be posting this interview I had with him in my next video tomorrow. So stay tuned for that, as I believe the tide is turning when it comes to the perspective people have when it comes to XRP. And that being said, I need you all to gain Craig DeWitt's perspective. Craig DeWitt was formerly an employee at Ripple and formerly on the Faster Payments Task Force for the Federal Reserve. Needless to say, his credibility speaks for itself. And I want you all to take a listen to what he had to say about his outlook on this XRP case.
We'll talk, hot and honey hot takes you got.
Gotcha.
Doesn't have to be crypto. It can be anything in life. But give me a couple good sound bites.
Go. Crypto is life, man. You got the. Those are the same thing for me. Here's my hot take.
Hit me.
SEC gets their ass kicked in the Ripple case. Absolutely get their ass kicked in the Ripple case. But the ruling comes out in such a way that XRP is alone cleared as a non-security in the United States. Meaning that with all the other stuff that the SEC is pulling, suing exchanges, suing other coins, are going to sue some big ones as well, that only BTC and XRP have legal clarity in the United States for a 2-year period.
Just taking some show notes on that one. Ooh,
that would be like the turnaround of a century, right? Go from getting beat up by the government to being the only one with clarity because I spent $250 or $200 million fighting this case.
Is that how much Ripple spent?
Yeah, it's a public number, but yeah, like $200 million.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, isn't that absolutely unbelievable? By the time this Ripple case is said and done, Ripple will have paid over $200 million in legal fees just to fight accusations made by the SEC that has showed no weight. That is concerning because the rest of the market is going to suffer right now. Remember, we've been warning this was going to happen, and now it's finally happening. But you know what's crazy? I think karma's a bitch. XRP, like Craig DeWitt said, in my personal opinion, is going to be the only other crypto along with Bitcoin to have full-blown clarity in the open crypto market. And that would be incredibly special. That would be the ideal scenario, to have XRP realizing some utility and some price action while the rest of the market is suppressed, going through everything. That is what I've always wanted and always dreamt of, because that would maximize the XRP community's profits. But now, that being said, we need to understand how real the situation we're in is. Ripple got sued. Binance is getting sued. Coinbase is getting sued. Everything is getting called an illegal security. But then FTX gets to relaunch at the end of the year. What the fuck type of bullshit is this that's going on right now? Ladies and gentlemen, this is where I draw the line. This is absurd. This is corruption in the highest of levels. And in 2 days, the Bill Hinman emails come out. And I think Congress needs to act. We pay too much damn money to the government for them to not do shit. Bill Hinman is getting his bio wiped out of the SEC website, and I think it's because these Hinman emails are going to be very damaging, and they're going to use him as a scapegoat. I think all of these moves that Gary's doing is him clinging on to power that he thinks is fleeting because he knows the corruption is real. He knows that there's a Republican Congress that definitely wants to investigate him, with a digital assets meeting coming very, very soon. Let's see what happens next, but I am cautiously optimistic that the crypto market could get overhead regulation outside of this SEC enforcement style regulation. We need to wait and see. But if nothing else, this is a powerful time for XRP. And this is why there's going to be a new XRP. Because XRP is going to be replaced with a new chain with all the power of the XRP ledger accompanied with smart contracts. XRP is going to be an official Ethereum competitor. We still don't know if ETH is going to get clarity or potentially get sued, so that's something else to look out for. But we'd say when stated we're working with compliance and legal to get a hooks enabled sidechain running. The chain will be there to stay, complementary to the XRP ledger, and it will launch with hooks enabled from Ledger 1. In addition, while a lot of people don't like the word fork, this is in fact a fork, but it's not what happened between Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash. It is a technological fork that will still use the original XRP on the new chain. And with that, there will be an XRP supply shock, increasing the value of XRP inherently and increasing the utility of XRP as well. Ladies and gentlemen, I want all of you to understand just how important this is. And I think Crypto Eddie explained it best.
Hey, everybody. It's Eddie from Tokyo. This is your cryptocurrency update from Japan. And I woke up this morning and boy, I didn't see this coming. It's from Wind. He is with the XRPL Labs. That is, being a lead dev behind the Zum app, which has now been rebranded to Zaman. Yeah, this is part of a thread where he said, we're working with compliance and legal to get a hooks-enabled sidechain running. The chain will be there to stay, complementary to the XRP ledger. It will launch with hooks enabled from Ledger 1. You see, smart contract capability enables utility to be where the space is rapidly heading. That is with tokenization, DeFi, and other Web3 features. And the XRP ledger right now is not equipped to go into that space. And it's 100% required to be a chain of choice for builders right now. When Wind gets his chain based on the XRP ledger in the wild, devs will have that blank canvas. What does that mean? It means they can paint or build anything they dream of within the Web3 solutions. This new powerful choice for the next stage of the real world utility is what everybody wants to build on now. The fact is recognized that the XRP ledger has been behind. And as Wind said today, it's been playing catch up with the latest DeFi and features. Builders have it even harder to get their ideas merged by RippleX dev developers, and it's close to impossible to get it voted in. A new chain will launch with smart contract capability, which is his hooks at the start. And I really look forward to this legal and compliance feedback because I want to know the governance. Not all are in full agreement. We have Neil Hartner here who is asked if he disagrees with the effort. He says different ecosystems have different strengths and weaknesses. And useful to have bridges to make it easier to move money between ecosystems. But should every blockchain have an EVM? Maybe not, he says. I like the idea of hooks that gives 80% of the EVM value with 10% of the risk. And of course, those numbers are up for debate. Neil, if you remember, is a Ripple ODL engineer. Wietze was asked to drill down into some of the specifics, like does the bridge use a federator mechanism or is it a proprietary mechanism? Well, what is happening is they're discussing several options, and they'll pick the solution that their compliance and legal counsel are most comfortable with. The bottom line is, as you can see here, Wietze put the Hooks Amendment up for review a long time ago, and he didn't want to wait for the amendment to be activated on the mainnet because it's kind of like a one day question mark. Innovation doesn't wait for one day. There is a name for the new chain, and he's going to share that after compliance and legal sign off. I personally know a few projects that have stalled or moved to another chain because of the lack of movement to bring this capability to the XRP ledger. Web3 Solutions is a $35 billion market opportunity by 2030, and tokenization is a $24 trillion opportunity by 2027. Will builders continue to wait for the XRP ledger to maybe or maybe not pass these amendments? I think not.
Now, guys, that was one specific clip from one video Crypto Eddie had recently about this, but she's recently posted two, and I think each of them are extremely important for all of you to understand what's going on technically with the building on the XRPL. We talk a lot about the macro and this lawsuit on this channel, but the more we talk about what's being built, the more we understand how much utility our favorite digital asset on the planet is going to be.
I woke up this morning and I found that Wojcik tweeted out the details of the XRP Ledger fork. I never saw this coming. The XRP Ledger ecosystem will have a new, separate ledger that will have XRP as its native asset. If you weren't in crypto back in 2017, 2018, when the Bitcoin fork took place, you may not fear the word fork as much as I do. Boy, I watched the most ugly and emotional struggle for two chains that wanted to have the dominant position. This fork is a little different. It's a technological fork, and the tokens have to come from the mainnet as a one-to-one issuance of what has been moved from the mainnet. So native XRP only lives on the XRPL mainnet. It'll be a representation of the XRP attained by the mechanism that enables reissuing from the mainnet. What does it mean to the XRP holder? The circulating supply on the XRP ledger is reduced in order to create supply on the new chain. And tokens on the new chain aren't created out of thin air. The new chain health is fundamentally dependent on the healthy XRP ledger. It's an absolute win-win. And Wietze agrees. That's correct. The reality is, according to David Schwartz, is if there's a fork and one side dies off and the other side survives, there isn't a fork. It's just an evolution.
And ladies and gentlemen, all of you need to be ready and prepared for the evolution of the XRP ledger. The supply shock for XRP is coming. Smart contracts for XRP are coming. A ruling and a decision on this case for XRP is coming. And to me, that builds up the XRP perfect storm. I don't give a solitary shit about short-term price action because I know exactly where we're going. I have never seen such a wave of bullish momentum for this digital asset on the planet, and I can't overstate how important this new chain for XRP is going to be. I hope Wietze went and these builders all the best. And we're going to have some even more powerful announcements coming in the next couple days. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Bearable Bull here. Thanks for tuning in. As always, I appreciate every single one of you. Now I'll be back tomorrow. with another video.
Why do I hold XRP? Because Ripple's the chosen one to lead the new global digital payment system, and they use XRP. In 2013, the Federal Reserve began looking for faster payments options. 2 years later, an action plan was born and a federal payments task force was created. It included one company focused on crypto, Ripple. In 2014, the World Bank and Better Than Cash Alliance, which includes the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, Clinton Global Initiative, and the governments of 32 countries, put out a report called The Opportunities of Digitizing Payments. 1 year later, the Better Than Cash Alliance featured one crypto company on their website, Ripple. Today, Better Than Cash Alliance and all other UN initiatives are focused on a single agenda, the Sustainable Development Goals for 2030. You can see the SDGs logo on Bill Gates' lapel, world-leading companies, the Better Than Cash Alliance website, and on the UN's official exchange, Exchange. What crypto is Exchange officially utilizing for their carbon credit solution? XRP. The world will move to a new international standard for exchanging electronic messages between financial institutions by 2025 called ISO 20022. Who was the first ISO 20022 member focused on distributed ledger technology? Ripple. Who's partnered with over 300 financial institutions, including Bank of America, American Express, PNC, Santander, SBI, HSBC, Standard Chartered Bank, Bank of England, India, Singapore, Scotland, Australia, and Indonesia, the largest banks in Japan, Canada, Egypt, the Middle East, United Arab Emirates, Thailand, Morocco, Bhutan, South Korea, Brazil, and Latin America? Ripple. Who is a former employee overseeing the Federal Reserve? Ripple. A former employee overseeing the world's largest asset manager, BlackRock's digital asset division? Ripple. Leading Australia's CBDC effort? Ripple. Who hired a former Treasury of the United States? Ripple. 2 former Federal Reserve attorneys to their board? Ripple. 2 former Clinton and Obama advisors, former Minister of Defense and Economics of Germany, former business director at Swift, former Swift board member, former CFO of PayPal, former head of the DTCC, former chief business officer at Uber, former VP of Amazon, and former SEC chair on their legal team? Ripple. Who's a member of the Digital Pound Foundation, Digital Dollar Project, Digital Euro Association, Mojaloop, IMF's high-level advisory board on fintech, Hyperledger Blockchain Consortium, Open Payments Coalition, Faster Payments Council, Global Payments Steering Group, Cross-Border Working Group, International Association for Trusted Blockchain Applications, Crypto Climate Accord, University Blockchain Initiative, Worldwide Web Consortium, and a featured partner of the World Economic Forum with 3 members of their team directly listed on the WF website? Ripple. Now, does Ripple and XRP sound like they're going to disappear, or do they sound like they're part of a much bigger plan? You decide.